And we're off.
Yeah, also, the runners will be playing their entire match today, so that could definitely make a difference in their strategies depending on how the first game goes.
Yeah,
Since they won't
absolutely.
really have a break. Yeah.
Okay, Owl using the Moonfall. Azure, one of our last holdouts, does not use the Moonwalk or the Moonfall. And what is our first item gonna be? Oh, good old boring Morph Ball. Well, one of them had to be Morph, right? And Azure's gonna go get the ammo item first, whereas Owl's gonna go ahead and get his Spazer Beam. Early Spazer. And getting those power bombs, actually, this is kind of why I like the check of the ammo first. Knowing that you have the power bombs, you don't have to worry about it, is kind of a nice thing. Owl gets his missile, so we're gonna just be looking for supers. And it'll be interesting. Both of these runners are more, well, maybe not famous for, but two of our more likely runners to do meme route. So we'll see if either one of them goes that direction.
Yeah, it depends on where we're gonna see it behind Morph Ball. I think if it's supers behind Morph, they would definitely do meme route. In terms of speed, both these runners, I watched both of their round of 16 matches, and they were on their A game. So
absolutely,
it's just missiles.
Okay, I give Azure a bit of a edge on movement overall. And certainly has been doing these a lot longer than Owl has, but Owl is a very, very good runner in his own right. In fact, was undefeated in the league, Azure having lost one match to Hero in the regular season. And neither one going meme route.
I think because it was exactly missiles, and for sure, they're both thinking about what the other person might be doing. It's more missiles.
Yeah, this could very, very interesting. The one concern that I would have as a runner in this situation when you skip missile is that there's two possibilities that could really, actually three really. Your first supers could be at Spore Spawn. That's always a possibility. It could also be a intended meme route where your first supers are at the pipe missiles. Or, of course, there's always the Billy Mays possibility. So we still have quite a few possibilities here that would not be nice to the runners. As you're going to go ahead and check 230 missiles and hope his supers are there. Suspect Owl will do the same, and he is. And still just missiles.
Yeah, last time I saw this, the supers were relatively fine. I think they're in big pink, but yeah, it's always a possibility. I think Spore Spawn, if anything, is the most common, I guess, troll location I've seen.
Right now, Spore Spawn not really even being a possibility unless they get. That's not true. They can absolutely get to Spore Spawn. Actually, have to fight them. They can't do the back door is the real issue. So they'd have to do it the old-fashioned way. And what do we have here? We have Spring Ball. Always a nice item. Doesn't really help them out much right now. Could be that that Spring Ball is progression, so they might need to use it to get through something like worst room in the game. But for now, just a nice luxury item. And with only 5 power bombs, they're not going to be able to get through Gauntlet and back without very lucky drops that just don't happen very often. So they're not going to check Gauntlet at all.
Yeah, I definitely expect behind Gauntlet check though, since seeing the info and also getting an extra power bomb, since having 5 in the early game is actually so inconvenient.
Yeah, it's very tough to deal with powerbomb management when you only have the one pack. As you're not going to take a look at the back door. Let's see if Owl does. Yep, Owl's going to take a look. This way, if he finds another powerbomb pack, he can come right back up here if he wants to. And we see a powerbomb and a missile pack, so nope. That is not going to be our first supers. Okay, let's see what the early supers has for us. Another missile pack. A reserve tank. Another missile pack.
Yeah, it's looking like this could be a slow supers seed.
It could be. I wonder if Azure, or if either one of them, well, Azure more so because he's a little further along, but I wonder if either one of them is regretting not doing that meme route. Ironically, in a similar situation in the play-in race, I believe it was power bombs and missiles, and nobody went meme route. Azure was yelling at them all in chat, "How do you, none of you do meme route?" Although it may have been that there was 2 power bombs. I actually don't remember for sure. They might have had 2 power bomb packs.
Yeah, this is also the reason why I wanted that behind Gauntlet check, as they're having to spend a bit of time to farm that power bomb in the adjacent room.
Yep, so Owl's going to have that power bomb. Probably a little quicker the way Azure got that power bomb, but the extra knowledge is certainly worth it.
Wow,
Besides, he doesn't want that. He avoids it quite nicely. In this case, the first supers could be at the Edakun's power bomb, so definitely worth falling down to check it. You can't check the one behind the super door because, well, you don't have a super. And there they are, first super pack. That's a. I'm not sure I've seen that location for a first super pack before, but it certainly was a possibility. So as you're now confident in the knowledge, he doesn't have to go search far and wide for that first super pack. Owl will get it as well. And we don't have to do Spore Spawn, don't have to backtrack to Billy Mays. Or to meme route. So Owl gets his super pack. Still pretty super light with that regular missile pack over there. Gets another energy tank at the charge beam. That's the good thing because those side hoppers will kill you very quickly if you mess up going into the room for the wave gate.
Yeah, this gives them the energy to decide on whether going up or down, or they're both, I'd say, pretty viable in the situation.
And both of these runners are runners that will go up. Without speed booster, they may choose not to, but I would also say these are 2 of the runners more likely to go up even without speed booster. Both perfectly capable of doing a low energy Phantoon fight.
Yeah, it's just another E-tank at wave gate, so the seed is definitely telling them to go down, but again, I would not be surprised if one of them went up the ship.
Yeah, and let's remember, of course, there's 2 reserve tanks available, so 5 tanks total. But the Hell Run requirements for the playoffs are only 3 to get through to Bubble Mountain, so they have the requirements to do the Hell Runs. Wow, we've still only seen 1 super pack. Okay, which way you going, Azder? Up or down? Looks like he's gonna go up. No real surprise. The interesting question is, will he clear out the entirety of the wreck ship?
Yeah, he actually made a comment on his last match against Michael that I really realized was interesting and smart of him, because he was saying how if he found high jump, he tends to go down, and if he doesn't, then he tends to go up.
That makes
because
a lot
he
of sense.
specifically doesn't do high jump lists.
No, he doesn't.
And farming up some power bonds, but choosing not to check the ammo, which yeah, it's fine, since Phantoon cares more about having lots of missiles ready.
Absolutely. Well, that's another thing. With 35 missiles, that's a nice, cozy ammo for Phantoon, just with enough supers to get that last shot in. Owl looks like he's heading down, so we'll get a little bit of early route divergence, so that's nice.
Yeah, it looks like Owl not wanting to. I'm not sure about his how much he does about early X-ray, but he decided not to go for it this time.
Yeah, I think they're both capable of it, but I don't think they're super confident in it either. And Azure gets another super missile pack on his way over. Does he get this? Oh, did this
nice first try.
Nice.
It's especially annoying when doing it first try, having to wait through the fanfare too.
Yeah, it is.
Although
very
I guess you
different.
could time it.
It is different with the fanfare, so a little bit, not necessarily trickier, but you do it so often without the fanfare because you fail it the first time that you get a little less practice at it. Also, Owl's in better shape for the hell runs as well, because he's got the two reserve tanks that he picked up that Azure chose not to. Though Azure being an RBO runner is perfectly capable of doing the 3-tank hell run. If you decide to do it. Okay, Azure going into his Phantoon fight. As a new route, any percent runner, this is more energy than he's used to, so 3 tanks instead of 1. It's like a good first start. Ooh, a nice fast in the second round. But only 2 missiles. Not much of a doppler you can do with that few missiles. And he's got to farm up some of those missiles as well. Not sure how he used up all those missiles when he has a max of 35, but, you know. Fortunately, Phantoon will drop them. Owl, meantime, gets the Kraid quick kill. We'll see what Kraid has for us today. And just the 3rd reserve tank. Oof. Meanwhile, Azure does a nice finish on the Phantoon fight. Okay, so we're going to see what Azure's going to find here in the wrecked ship. And contrary to popular belief, it isn't just a matter of Azure always skipping the attic. He's going to see what he gets here, and then he'll make a decision based on the items that he sees. Okay, what is our first item? Wave beam. Okay, that doesn't really get him much. It's a nice thing to have.
Looked like Owl was farming here, I guess, instead of
yeah, he might have wanted to get up.
Waiting for the business center. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, if he's preparing for those hell runs, that's probably a good idea. Ooh, charge beam. Okay, not a huge advantage. Azure is going to get that when he goes to Kraid. So no one's going to be on the hunt for charge beam, which is nice. Azure is going to take a save here. As much a safety save as for a reset if there's nothing at the E-tank. He is going to have to use some sort of trick here. He will either have to do a power bomb jump, or he will have to use spring ball to get up here. Looks like he's gonna opt for the spring ball strat. This one is a little bit tricky because usually you're either jumping in the water or jumping in the air when you're doing the spring ball jump. And here you're going from water to air, so it makes it a little harder. The other reason to save here is if he does decide to switch to the power bomb strat, he will be able to refill the power bombs he has as soon as he goes back to his save.
Yeah, honestly, this spring ball jump is not friendly at all.
Not at all.
As they're showing.
But he gets it. Nicely done. And didn't have to use his power bombs to do it. I do wonder if he would have gone for the power bomb jump if he had more power bombs. I feel like that's maybe a little. I don't know if that's more consistent or not. Probably depends on how much you practice the spring ball jump there.
I'd say the power bomb or bomb jump is easier to get down if you're experienced at it.
Mm-hmm. Oh baby, that is a gravity suit. Okay, so we found a good item in the wrecked ship. I think this might lead him to leave right away. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll leave. That's exactly the item he would want to where he would skip attic.
Mm-hmm. But we'll see. Okay, Owl gonna go check Ice Beam, see what's there. Owl in a really good shape for hell runs right now. 5 E-tanks, 3 reserves. Or did he pick up that 3rd reserve? I'm actually not even sure. But plenty of energy for all this. And gets a speed booster. Okay, Azure is going to keep going in wreck ship. Not a huge surprise. Not a huge surprise. The gravity suit by itself doesn't give him lower Norfair access, so it might be that's what he's looking for. And if this speed booster item is something good, that's going to give Owl a huge advantage when he gets up here, because he will have a speed booster. Pretty much as long as this isn't Varia, Azure will be fine, though. And it's just an E-tank, so he doesn't care. And the nicest thing for Owl about this speed booster that he just got is now he can go over to Bubble Mountain without doing the Hell Run.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're really good at it, you just never want to have to do it, because it would just use up lots of energy regardless.
Absolutely.
You don't have, like, space jump at least.
As you're still looking for ammo, as he's not found the charge beam. And unfortunately still finding mostly missiles. We've not seen a second power bomb pack yet.
Well, at least Owl will know there's that one gauntlet if ice is buried.
Yep. And actually that's a really good point, because knowing that if ice isn't found, you don't want to be going in there with 1 or 2 power bomb packs if you can avoid it. Even the difference between 5 and 10 is huge. The difference between 10 and 15 is pretty big too, but the 5 and 10 difference is much bigger, because at 10 you can possibly get enough drops to not have to reload those Metroid rooms. And even if you don't, worst case scenario, reloading it once. At 5, you're guaranteed to reload it once, and more likely have to do it 2 or 3 times. And there's another power bomb pack. And just an E-tank leaving, but that gravity suit's going to be very nice for Azure when he goes down.
Yeah, not surprised. It's just gravity in the ship. Well, and wave, but I think it is interesting if Azure can consider to possibly go to Meridia early. It looks like Owl is gonna already popping his reserves, but the E-tank is helpful.
Yeah, that's the one bad thing about it being gravity suit, is now he's got lots of choices. He can do the hell runs, or he can go straight to Meridia. This is not a great loadout for Meridia, so I could see him doing the hell runs. He's got 4 tanks. He's going to get a couple more.
Yeah, I mean, like, he will get speed, so he might think, because Azder really tries to read seeds a lot of the time, so he could really think that that will push Barry and Meridia. It's a legitimate possibility. Or it could just be over here at Bubble Mountain or Croc, of course.
Yep. I mean, right now, Barry can be in any number of places. We have the 6 locations in Meridia. We have the 5 more locations, so actually 4, because we've seen the Norfair reserve tank. In Norfair, it could be an X-ray. We have nothing to get them into X-ray, since they would need some item, either ice beam or bombs, or preferably space jump or grapple beam. They do have enough tanks available to do it, though.
Yeah, waterway open too.
Yeah, waterway is open for Owl too. So this could turn into a hunt for Various suit. Also, another interesting point, Owl capable of doing the high jumpless lava dive. I wouldn't say he's the best at it, but he's definitely capable of doing it and may go for it if he finds the Various suit down here. Especially knowing that Azure doesn't do it. Ironically, Azure has done very well against players that try to do that against him, so... Maniacal doing it twice in the first round, and there was a match in the 2017 tournament where he played Kip, and Kip did the early did the high jumpless lava dive, and Azure was able to win that one too. And another E-tank. Now we'll pick it up. Another E-tank over at the speed booster area.
Yeah, the fact that there's so many E-tanks could mean that it's actually not really logic pushing it, but just rather a bait of just having the E-tanks early to lock progression items later.
Yeah, it's not unusual to have E-tank after E-tank after E-tank in the Norfair area. So Azure is going to go ahead and do Crane, then he'll have a decision to make. Do I go up and bet on Meridia with that gravity suit, or do I go and do the hell runs in Norfair? And actually, he can't do very well. He's going to have to at least do the business center.
Yeah, I mean, he'll do business center.
Because he needs to get that speed booster to open up bot wound. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to check Mama Turtle. And he doesn't have the equipment to check. He can do a sand pit, but he can't do the shock tool check yet. So not a whole lot he can do in Meridia until he gets that speed booster. Owl picking up the X-ray scope. So nothing in Bubble Mountain. X-ray possibly becomes useful once they get plasma. I suspect Owl will hit Croc at this point.
Yeah, given what he's done with the seed, there's really no reason to skip Croc in this situation.
Yeah, given that it's 2 items, I'm a much bigger fan of the Croc skip when it's Chozo. Like, for instance, right now, if this were a Chozo seed, there'd be just the 1 item, and it actually literally could not give you logical access to lower Norfair, because he would need either Varia plus gravity or Varia plus high jump, and you can't get both. Here, that could happen. On the other hand, like I said, if he does get a Varia suit down here, he might just bank on high jump plus. Gonna go for that gate glitch.
Yeah, as I saw with the last match I commentated, gate glitch it's just something that can never be 100% consistent.
They really aren't. I mean, I don't care. I've seen really, really good players. It happens to me as well, but I've seen really good players just lose the ability to do a gate glitch for just a short period of time, and then comes right back the next day. It's crazy. And the fact that Azure did high jump first, he doesn't have the speed booster yet, but he's going to get that speed booster. He could choose to take that speed booster straight to Croc. Looks like he's going to save first, which is a good idea. If he doesn't find a good item, he can reset. With this amount of energy, he's not going to mess this up. But it would save him farming time if it was just like a reserve tank or something. can't quite jump all the way up through a spring wall without high jump boots. Did have to do the wall jump there. And what? Ooh, a screw attack. That's a nice luxury item. Not progression by any stretch, unless they need it for the plasma beam pirates in the plasma room. Certainly nothing you're going to turn down. Azder with that speed booster. Let's see what he chooses to do here. Like, I think if it were me, if I were in Azder's situation, I would go ahead and check Croc now. But it looks like he's going for the mock ball out, so he's not going to do it.
And he's going
gonna
up.
Take it and leave.
I did suggest this is a possibility.
Yep, absolutely. Now, I think he'll do more of what I like to call the Meridian loop. He's gonna go check Mama Turtle, go to Botwoon, go to Dragon, then come down the Sandpit. I don't know that he's gonna check. Well, he still can't check Shack Tool, and really, the Plasma Beam section for him right now is not ideal. It is in logic with Speed Booster and with the Pseudo Screw Charge Beam, but that is a tough way to do that room. And just an energy tank at Croc. Yeah. So Croc with the screw attack. I don't think Azder's going to get that because probably Barry is either going to be here or it could still be Waterway or X-Ray.
And I agree that Azder should not check Plasma or Shack Tool, given, again, they don't have the items to even put those rooms really in a great logic situation.
Yeah, Plasma's a bad logic situation and Shack Tool just isn't yet. Right now he has no way of doing it. He doesn't have enough Crystal Flash ammo. He doesn't have a grapple beam to open the block. He doesn't have an ice beam. Well, he has ice beam now. Shack Tool now open. And frankly, without high jump boost, I think it's easier to ice clip than it is to try and jump up. Interesting that he's still picking up a lot of ammo even with that charge beam.
Yeah, I mean, these checks are fast enough that just having 30 supers, I think now he definitely wouldn't look for any more ammo with 30 supers.
Owl gonna try and do a tricky little short charge to get through here. Looks like he got the charge, but he didn't quite do the
he was in the lava.
In the right place. Yeah, he didn't get that shine spark off in the right place. He's gonna have to, at this point, he really should just get out of here, go the normal way. He's gonna try for it one more time. We know he can get the short charge, but can he get the shine spark off in the right place? I don't know that he makes it out if he doesn't. Ooh, he does have three reserve tanks though. So it looks like he's gonna give up on that. I think that's the right call.
Yeah, and Azder not taking Sandpit now makes sense because he's gonna leave that for after Dragon.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. I'm not a fan of checking that Sandpit before going to Dragon. You're gonna save Scum it to do it, and the only way it pays off is if it's Barrier Suit. As you're making very short work of Botwoon. Owl taking the Teller refill to get back up to Bubble Mountain. And just a reserve tank at Botwoon. That is all 4 reserve tanks.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunately I've been counting the E-tanks, but we're at a pretty high amount. Probably like 9 or 10 at least.
Well, Owl has 8, so... And we have at least 1 that we didn't pick up at the reserve tank area in the wreck ship.
Azder with a very nice half-V without the boots, arguably even harder than the full half-V.
Absolutely. Okay, so does Owl go to the wreck ship, or does he go check Waterway?
Well, Owl for sure knows that he's not in a great situation. Yep. Like, he probably thinks Azder just went up.
Probably.
So, you might actually gamble on Waterway here. I wouldn't be surprised.
Nice Alpha Spark. So it looks like Azure will probably set up for the speed booster kill in this situation. No grapple beam, no plasma beam. A little bit hard to do this without high jump, so he's going to supplement with some ammo. Oh, and Owl is going to check waterway.
Yeah, this definitely makes a lot of sense. Al thinking that he's behind right now. He's thinking that the ship had the progression. Actually, in his mind, ship pretty much has the progression he needs.
Well, it does. Yeah, I mean, it could be, to his mind, it could be at the waterway, and he's probably thinking Azure didn't pick that up. So, especially if Azure went up first. Still having trouble with that gate glitch. I don't know what it is about Azure's opponents right now, but oh, and Space Jump, my favorite item. That'll make Azure's movement that much better, but it's not really the progression he's looking for.
I mean, I'd really be tempted to check plasma here with that space jump, but
not with this
it's
energy.
A toss-up.
No, if he were to check plasma, he'd want to do an energy refill and possibly even save so he can reset here. So I don't think he's going to go there. Because whether you use pseudo screws or shine sparks, you're going to use up energy to try and kill the plasma pirates. So my guess is going to go head down to Norfair, just the energy tank at waterway. So we are down to the two crappy spots in. Well, we have sand pit still, but we also have the two crappy spots in Meridia. So the shack tool check and the plasma check, and then X-ray.
Yeah, I think Azure he'd much rather do X-ray and waterway before plasma check.
Oh,
tool.
Absolutely. Yeah. If he gets an E-tank though at the sand pit, that might incentivize him to go up to plasma, because then he'd have enough energy to do either the shining spark kills or the pseudo screws. And to answer the question, we did see Wreck Ship Reserve. It was just the E-tank. And what do we have? We just have an energy tank. Let's see if Azure picks that up and what he does with it. He is going to pick it up. Probably going to pick up those power bombs as well. Get him to 10.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't need them, but might as well. Yeah, without regular bombs.
He doesn't have regular bombs. There's just too many soft lock possibilities. Like in lower Norfair, I mean, he's got the spring ball, so he's not gonna. If he manages his power bombs right, he's fine. But having only 5 power bombs going down to Ridley is not where you want to be. Oh, and this is interesting. Owl is gonna go for a spike suit here, so he can do the early X-ray check. Looks like he's giving up. Unless he got it. I don't think he got it, though.
Okay, and Azure will actually...
He's going to check plasma.
Yeah. It's not a great check considering he either has to just go up and down, plasma's empty, or even possibly go to Shack Tool. I mean, Shack Tool's really slow. I know Azure likes to gamble on Shack Tool when he thinks the item's there, but with no grapple, it's less likely the seat's pushing you there. Owl is in the X-ray room now.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying for a short charge to get up there. This is not in logic for him yet. Actually, no, the spring ball, I believe, puts it in logic. So we'll see if he can get that spring ball. Oh, and high jump boots. So, yeah. That'll be a nice item for Azure. He's not gonna... Doesn't get him his lower Norfair access yet. So we are down to Shack Tool and X-ray. So one of these guys is probably going to get this very soon. Just questioning whether it's going to be Owl here or whether it's going to be Azure at the Shack Tool check. Because I suspect he's going to do that next with the ice clip. But in either case, I still would put... Even if the Varisuit is here, I actually still would put Azure at an advantage. He's going to be able to go to X-ray with that space jump. It's that much easier. So long as he does that. I gotta believe he does that before he goes to Norfair. Because if you're not going to do the hell runs in Norfair before Meridia, you're counting on it not being there. And Owl very low on energy here, so he's going to have to be careful. In fact, I'm a little surprised Oh.
Oh.
Okay, crystal flash time.
Yeah.
Fortunately, those spikes do not exactly enough damage to put him in crystal flash mode.
And azder will gamble on Shack Tool.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision here. It's just you're not going to get back here anytime soon. Just do it now. And he's more than capable of doing the ice clip here.
Yeah, I mean, too bad it doesn't have X-ray to make it slightly easier. Oh, and he has the setup. Looks like he had the setup.
Yeah, I believe that's the hundo setup. So that looked pretty good, pretty clean.
Yeah, I guess it's one of the things where if you actually speedrun the category, it really helps.
Yep, absolutely. I should be specific. The hundo, of course, has two routes. One where you get one where you get grapple beam early, and one where you get ice early. And that setup is for the ice early one. Okay, what do we got for you at X-ray? Owl, are you gonna get your Varia suit, or is it gonna be at Shack Tool? Oh, and it is at X-ray. So Owl with the Varia suit. So is he gonna continue to go up, or is he gonna go down and trying for that high jumpless lava dive?
Yeah, it's a tempting decision. I mean, the fact that you're already here in Red Tower is kind of pushing you to go to ship. Plasma is still a good pickup for azder,
Oh,
actually.
absolutely. This is actually a really good pickup. Owl's not going to get that. There's no way Owl's going to be checking the Shack Tool. So now the big question for azder. Do you bank on X-ray, having gotten that space jump, or do you go and do the clears in Norfair? If he does Norfair, then he's going to be a little bit behind, potentially, depending on how well Owl does on his slide, because Owl's clearly going to go for the high jump pulls, since he had already headed back to Norfair.
Yeah, unfortunately, Owl's play is actually not going to pay off for him. This is definitely going to be quite slower.
It's going to be slower. He's still going to have to go up to gravity and get it. He's going to have to go up to the wreck ship and get it. He's not going to have to do all of wreck ship, because he'll be able to just leave once he finds that gravity suit. But this is kind of what I talked about earlier. There just tends to be this idea when players play azder, they say, well, he can't do high jump with lava dive, so I'm going to use that as to my advantage. And just doesn't seem to work out very well.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like there's a very specific situation in which high jumpless lava dive pays off, but that doesn't happen very often. Yeah,
the place where it would pay off is if gravity were in lower Norfair, and we know that's not going to be the case. Okay, azder is going to bet on the hell run, so this gets interesting now. So the question is,
I'm a little surprised he went for Shack, but not X-ray.
But
I mean, checks are going to be really fast. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he's got with the plasma charge, he's going to be able to just nuke Croc very quickly if he decides to go there. So a lot of this is going to depend on how well Owl can execute in lower Norfair, and then how quickly he can get back up to the wreck ship once he's done. So I'm not calling this yet. This is I still give azder the edge, but it's not a big one.
Yeah, I think that plasma is actually going to make a huge difference in the end, just because of being able to defeat Ridley and Mother Brain much faster.
Although and actually azder's ammo is also a lot better for Ridley too if he didn't have that. Owl going to go in with 50-20, so not enough to do it just by ammo unless you use power bombs. But he's got charge beam, so it's not like he's going to soft lock. And just going to make it a slower fight overall. He will have to supplement with charge shots. Okay, Owl going for this high jumpless lava dive. He has to take one of these flames from the Namihe over on the right side and follow it and get a damage boost to be able to get some iframes. I shouldn't say damage boost, just he needs to be able to get these iframes to do these wall jumps. Do 2 wall jumps here, one and then a third one on the head itself. Very nicely done.
Yeah, he had this set up perfectly. I remember Owl, I think, was talking to me in chat about, because I thought you needed 3, but the way he set it up He just has to be a little more precise with the wall
Yep.
jump. And I actually kind of like his setup more because he's not really in danger of getting hit by the upper Namahe.
He did that very, very well. And he is going to have to check GT. That's a skip that Azure will be able to make when he gets down here because he's already got... Once Azure finds that various suit, he'll be in go mode. And in fact, we'll only have to do Ridley. In fact, only has to do Ridley. Okay, Owl has a little better time getting that gate glitch this time. Azure, not gonna. Yeah, I didn't think so. Azure's pretty famous for not picking up X-ray. He's already killed the bosses that it would help him, so there's really the only reason to pick it up at this point would be the safety of stand-up glitch and just bombs the GT. In this context, just a nice luxury item, not something that Owl needs at all. We'll be able to bomb jump out of here.
He's thinking about it. Now he's just playing Spring Ball.
Spring Ball's a little faster if you can do it first try. It's a little trickier without high jump boots though, so we'll see if he gets it pretty quickly. Okay, Azure looks like he may be going to X-ray instead of Croc. Oh, he's gonna save. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. I think he's gonna go to X-ray, and then if X-ray doesn't hold the goods, he's gonna come back here.
Yeah, Azure, I've noticed, has really gone this is what I was mentioning about Azure thinking, because save scumming strats, actually save a lot of time here.
Oh yeah, he's very good at knowing where the good places to save is, in order to reset to the right places. The only thing he's not going to get then, he won't get a screw attack, so his lower Norfair won't be quite as safe. But he's got plasma, so I don't think that's really going to stop him at all. It's just when you have space jump and screw attack at the same time, and especially if you have high jump boots, it just pretty much makes you unstoppable through lower Norfair. Nice ice beam use there. Going up red tower.
And Owl, yeah, definitely if you do high jump lists, you'd really prefer to have screw attack for rooms like these.
Oh, absolutely. Azure is going to have to be a little careful here. He does not have the barrier protection on the way in. And without screw attack, that X-ray area can be a little bit tricky. Just because they can get, if you hit the wrong waiver at the wrong time, you could lose that space jump, fall into the spikes. But as you're seeing that various suit, he's going to book it right back down to lower Norfair.
Yeah, he's in full-on go mode now,
and Owl
pretty much has this gaming now.
Yeah, Owl still has to go up and get that air gravity suit. He does not have the tools for suitless, so that's not an option. He does not and will not have the tools for suitless, I should say, since one of the biggest pieces of suitless is those high jump boots that are at plasma. He's just not going to get those. And at this point, the only thing that Ridley can have is an E-tank, because we've seen everything else.
Yeah, I think it's just grapple beam.
Right, I always forget about grapple beam because it's not on the tracker. Owl seeing looking for extra ammo to supplement his beam combination. Right now, he's got a charged phaser. If he were to just use charged phaser, we're talking a 150 shot Ridley fight. Of course, he's got ammo to supplement, so it won't be nearly that many. But if he could have picked up a little extra, I might have even picked up those missiles, because that's still a few extra shots you can get. Even though they'd be 100, the damage is different, lower with the missiles. You can shoot more of them. The DPS is potentially a little bit higher. Yeah.
And azder can just use good old Nintendo strats.
Yep.
For the lava.
Yeah, and he's not going to check GT. There's absolutely nothing he could want there. I mean, screw attack would be nice, but you're not going to go to GT to hope to find screw attack.
Yeah, azder wouldn't even want screw attack at this point.
No, yeah, probably not. Won't have to turn it off for things like Zap Skip. Owl, meanwhile, is going to farm up as much as he can so he can have as many supers as possible. His 20 supers will do a third of the Ridley damage. 50 regular missiles will make up most of the rest of the difference. So you won't need that many of those charged spacer shots.
Yeah, I don't even know if shooting spacer charge shots even worth it. Ooh, nice golden shower strats. I like that.
Well, if it's a choice between charged spacer and using power bombs, I'd probably go with charged spacer, but since he doesn't have enough missiles to finish off the fight like that. You see how quickly azder was able to go through worst room of the game, being able to use the charged plasma shots with that full beam combo, even without the screw attack.
Yeah, azder was going to come really close to Owl just from how long Owl's fight will be.
Yep. Making very nice work clipping through the key hunters there with the plasma beam. It's one of the other nice things about that plasma beam. Makes it very easy to clip through the key hunters and not take any damage going down there. They do a ton of damage. I think it's 50 if you're on gravity suit, so that's on gravity suit. Owl would be taking 100 on his way out. Okay, Owl does finish up his Ridley fight. He will get an E-tank here, so at least he'll be able to refill. And it's the... Oh, he does... No, he doesn't get an E-tank. It is the grapple beam. Ouch, the... Wow.
Yeah, azder already right behind. It's gonna make very quick work with Ridley here.
Choosing not to farm, but really this is essentially what would be an any % old route Ridley fight in terms of energy and beam combination. So shouldn't be any trouble for azder. It's very easy in Ranomizer to think you have very little energy when you realize there's so many E-tanks, more E-tanks you're getting in the first place. And I think he only took one hit on that fight, so very nicely done. Doesn't even check the item. No surprise. Pretty much knows it's either grapple or an energy. Actually, for him it could also be bombs, I guess, but screw attack. None of which he really needs right now. And Owl's gonna leave without a gravity suit, knowing he's way behind. Has to go up to the wreck ship.
Yeah, I would actually prefer, like, this is not even a seed you could do suitless Meridian.
Nope, can't do it.
Like, this was just early shipper, you lose pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know about that. If Owl had gone up to the wreck ship instead of, he spent a lot of time at X-ray room. If he'd gone up to the wreck ship and gotten his gravity suit, then there might have been other options for him. It wasn't a bad choice necessarily to go to bank on X-ray. I mean, he got his Varia suit that way, but once again, it led him down the high jumpless rabbit hole, which just, you know, the advantage it gives isn't as much as it may always seem.
It's just a problem where he, in his mind, this is what happens when people think they're behind because they think they take the wrong route, and then take risks that just end up being low % anyway.
Yep.
Although, of course, I mean, it's very hard to defeat a player of azder's caliber. course.
Well, Azure being, I mean, really one of the smartest of our randomizer runners, and very, very good execution as well. So, you know, definitely a candidate to win this whole thing, no doubt. And I think he has a way of thinking about randomizers that maybe a lot of other people don't have. And you know, a lot of times that does serve him really well. It doesn't always. I mean, because you know the gamble of the skipping the attic of wreck ship. Sometimes when he does it, it does bite him. This time, you know, he did do it, so it lost him some time, but not enough that's going to make a difference here, because Owl won't be going there. And while we have a moment here, a reminder that if you aren't already following these guys, you absolutely should be. Also, follow my co-commentator Plumpst, as well as our tracker doing the dirty work, Daniel Collin, doing a nice job for us on the tracker.
Ooh, Azure decides to take down Seffy Fish.
Ooh, nice. Ooh, that's the foosball jump.
And interesting, we actually have sync, but
Yeah,
obviously
not exactly the sync you want if you're Owl, I suppose. Azure not even taking the refill. His ammo is really good. This energy is okay. I mean, again, to think of it in context of an 80% run, this is definitely a situation you wouldn't take the refill. So it just always feels like a lot less energy when you have only one tank and you have 9 possible.
Yeah, I mean, he could still do baby skip and stand up.
Yep.
In which case, he might have to refill for that.
Yeah, that's a choice he'll have to make when he gets down there.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get baby skip and he refills, and probably does stand up. And if he does get it, then he probably doesn't do stand up, would be my guess. Of course, part of it depends on what kind of drops the Metroids give him, so we'll see how that goes for him. Owl, meanwhile, in his Phantoon fight, interesting, a little safer than Azure's because he's got the Very Suit and he will be able to farm up energy more. But with this energy, and he probably still has 300 in those reserves, but going in with very low health to actually do the fight. And the flame's not dropping him very much energy.
As setting up for baby skip has all the items he would need. And looks pretty clean, and
Yep,
he gets it. And now should be taking... Oh, nope, he didn't get the super in. It's going to need one more cycle.
Okay, Azure doesn't take the refill, so he is not going to go for stand-up glitch. To be fair, the refill amount is probably pretty similar to what the stand-up glitch would save, so... Probably pretty even, and this way he doesn't risk soft lock. Especially without the X-ray scope. And again, this energy, the actual energy he has is more than what you would have in any percent run. Your max is going to be three E tanks, so 399. So he's already got more than that, so you should be fine. Just 20 shots at this point. Owl, meanwhile, picking up his wave beam. Just one shot of damage there to get him down below that 400. So now Azure will have to just wait out this cutscene, unable to do stand-up glitch. Owl about to get his gravity suit. He'll just book it right on out of here.
Yep, we will be playing all games in the match with Game 3 also, if it's necessary.
Yeah, and also keep in mind that let me get the channel right here. So not only do we have these matches today at 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern Time, we have Floaters versus a Real Cutie. That'll be on Speed Gaming 2. So definitely want to tune in for that one. They're only going to play 2 of their games, so we'll see if a Game 3 is necessary on that one, it'll be played at a later date. Okay, just Mother Brain 3 for azder. Azure doing a very nice job, Mother Brain 3. Doesn't take any damage. Now all that's left is the escape.
Yeah, Azure still gonna get a sub-hour. You
Absolutely.
can check Shack Tool.
Not by much, but he's gonna get it. Well, Shack Tool probably cost more time than it saved, but still, the Plasma Beam was a nice reward for it. And of course, the extra bit in the wreck ship that he didn't need to do.
Yeah, this was by no means free. Because I think all the X-ray access was, at least the logical X-ray access were all buried.
Yeah, the logical X-ray access really was the space jump, because the bombs were down lower Norfair behind the gravity and the various suit. So, and Ice Beam was in Mama Turtle, so that could give you access to it. So yeah, it's only the easy X-ray access. Meanwhile, Azure finishing up with an official SRL time of 59:18. GG to Azure. Oops. There we go. Let's get the right number of helmets marked for them. There, that's it. Looks like Owl's going to go ahead and continue. Oh, actually, no. Looks like Owl's going to go ahead and forfeit, so we can get on to our game 2, no doubt. So let's go ahead and... Okay. And... let's see. I think we're... yeah, so we're trying to figure out if these guys want to... what kind of break these guys want. And then we'll... okay, looks like we're going to take about 10 minutes before we set up the next match. So I'm going to go ahead and mute myself, and we'll join you up. Don't go anywhere. We will have more Super Metroid action coming up very, very soon.